For those of you who have been around the channel for a while, I'm sure you know that I'm a Kid Icarus super fan. And for those of you who did know that should also know that I absolutely love Dark Pit. I've put in a lot of work over the years that's yet to be put out. I mean, I don't think I've really done a whole lot on the channel already. That is really sick. Let's go! Anyone who's saying Dark Pit is not a good character, why are you watching this video? Hopefully after this I won't have to worry about battling him again. That's what I'm talking about! Yes! Woo! This is Dark Pit. I should not be freaking out. And then I still have to fight Dark Pit, which I really don't want to. Oh my gosh, perfect timing. Because, hang on one second. I freaking love Dark Pit's character. It's just awesome. You can't go wrong with it. Anyone who thinks otherwise, get out. Keep shooting up. Don't you dare look down. Don't you dare. No. Don't you dare. Come on, you don't care as much as me, do you? This part is so heartwarming. See, Pit does care about him just as much as I do. You all know what time it is, right? I'm out of here. Let's go. Shut up.
Hey yo, what the f?
Stop insulting him. Stop. Kinda ironic how they do all this talk and yet Dark Pit doesn't do anything in the final battle. How dare you not get him involved until the very end. Now I'm sad. I can't play as Dark Pit anymore. For the record, I definitely deserve to play as Dark Pit some more after going through all this crap. It doesn't work. Amiibo weren't out yet when the game was released. You can't do the whole thing without Dark Pit. Because Dark Pit's not here, that's why. What about Dark Pit? He was talking about that too. I'm going here first. Dark Pit is over here. Finally! Hang on, I'm gonna crank it up just a little bit. That's more like it. Let's go! Yes! Dark Pit is the chosen one. What I have right now that I'm really nervous about losing, that would be Dark Pit, Young Link, and Young Link, Palutena, and I'm going to save Dark Pit for last. Is that Dark Pit? Two. This is tough, Pit 2. I quit. I got rear-ended and had to get a new car. The second one I got was the exact same model, but black, so we named it Dark Pit. But then I also got Dark Pit 2, and I was like super excited because I love Kid Icarus, and especially Dark Pit over here. I put like a bow tie on him. Dark Pit over here, gonna make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah. It was face up like this when I got it, so then I flipped it over, and Dark Pit. Oh, I'm good at all three. Wait a... This has got to be the one. Let me be Dark Pit, please. Yes! Luma. Luma. Where'd it go? Please get down. Luma, get down. Get down, Luma. You are so stupid. I need to get you down now, Luma. No, no. There you go. No. She to the top. He's meant to be my friend. He is special to me in every conceivable way. Put it back. I'll kill you. Get off the edge. That goes for any character. Yeah, I got fired up today because the Smash Brothers like fight animation featuring Dark Pit, and this was the first time I've ever seen an animation of Dark Pit actually winning a fight. What happens if Mario becomes Dark Pit here? Oh, Mario is Dark Pit again. I just realized I lost. Oh, no I didn't. Oh, I'm Dark Pit though. Let's go. Well, I'm Dark Pit, so I think we win this. Or maybe I have. But today I wanted to discuss something that came across my mind a while ago. How did I get here? So, let's see. What's crazy is that I still remember exactly how and when I met Dark Pit for the first time. It was back in 2015 during the Smash 4 era. I was watching my brother playing it on his 3DS and he hadn't cleared the roster yet during that time, therefore I noticed this feature called Challenger's Approach. The first one I actually saw was Lucina's, but then I continued watching until another one popped up. Of course, I had already briefly met Pit and Palutena by then, and whenever Dark Pit's silhouette appeared for Challenger's Approach, I was like, wait, so Pit has a twin? Yeah, I didn't actually play Kid Icarus Uprising when it came out because I had no idea it existed since I was just a small child with little to no gaming experience. Also, nobody else in my family knew it existed, which is why they did not get it for me until my birthday in 2019. That's what pains me the most about not being a super huge Kid Icarus fan until several years passed since the game came out. That kind of goes for a few other things because what sucks the most is that I also missed out on a lot of super sick stuff that happened when Uprising first came out. I really wish I was already a fan by then. Sorry, let's just get back to the main story. During that same era, a friend would often come over and play Smash on the Wii U. He mostly played as Meta Knight, and he also played as Dark Pit some, and every time you saw him, he would always crack some jokes saying Dark Armpit, and for Pit, he'd just say Armpit, but it was mostly with Dark Pit. Then when Ultimate came out, he only played once and still remembered the joke. But of course, that was after I started maining Dark Pit in Ultimate. At first, I would play as him and Pit for some roleplay I did, and I was happy that Palutena's Temple made its return. And then I discovered the feature where you could listen to the game's OST from the Switch. Once I revisited Dark Pit's theme after hearing it a bit back in 2015 while playing 4, I started liking it a whole lot more than I did, and I also started liking the character even more too. I don't know what I was thinking back in 2016 when I went on vacation to Disney World and had the idea to create an amusement park based on Smash Bros, which did not last long at all. If you've been to a really big theme park, you would know that they include a feature where you can meet the characters. I added that feature to my theme park, and when I was putting down the names of the Kid Icarus characters while having literally 5% knowledge about the game, I abbreviated Dark Pit's name. Wow, Annalise, you must have been really lazy when it came to writing. I mean, to be fair, I was in the 6th grade when I did this, which explains all the other abbreviated names and spelling errors. Good thing I ditched that idea when I did. So then I started watching Smash videos on YouTube. That's when I found out how toxic the community has been toward Dark Pit, and I still somewhat notice it today because they only think he's just some clone of Pit with no difference and no reason to be in the game, and also because they think he's all edgy because they have no experience with the actual franchise. But I know Dark Pit differently, and seeing how much hate he was receiving from them, I did not like it. Therefore, I grew closer to him and started defending him with my own reasoning. But since the toxicity was what I was used to at first, that made me extremely anxious, also because of my autism. And I decided not to be public about my feelings for Dark Pit, not even with my own family due to personal experience. Speaking of, it was back in 2019 when I would go through so much anxiety that I refused to play as Dark Pit online because I was afraid of being judged by people across the world, which I obviously would not have known because these people were anonymous and there was a 0% chance I'd meet them IRL. These situations often occurred while I was just chilling with my brothers because they claimed that all I was doing was begging for attention like most girls in early high school. I know I may have been moping for dumb reasons according to most people, but it was so personal to me because I think way differently than they do. And no, the purpose of me having anxiety attacks was not to beg for attention. There were also other times where I would not feel so anxious, but feel excited to talk about some cool things I saw on YouTube that included Dark Pit, but that was a time period where I received absolutely no positive feedback. Every time I got punched with negative feedback, it would continue to lower my self-esteem because it was something I was forced to live with. For those very reasons, I refused to be public at all when it came to Dark Pit. Since the only people I talked about him with talked crap back, I believe that everyone else would do the same. And then, in 2020, I noticed a good side of the community, the majority having the same thoughts on Dark Pit's hatred as me. That's when I started to contribute by leaving comments on videos and replying to people I agreed with, and then it happened. I had never posted a single YouTube video in my life, and I gained my first subscriber from a reply on a comment concerning feelings for Dark Pit. Since then, I started posting more videos, which was originally planned farther in the future, but the videos I did in 2020 and 2021 are private now because looking back, they all suck. Then my confidence was boosted. Whenever I started feeling stressed out about the toxic community, I started being more open to family and friends, and now I'm having a lot more fun discussing Dark Pit with them, and even Kid Icarus as a whole. Before I actually knew anything about Kid Icarus Uprising, I believed that Dark Pit was not actually a villain and he had good in him. I decided to keep it that way with an additional reasoning of him being too cute to be evil. Then when I received the game for my birthday, played through it multiple times, and learned about the story, I discovered that I was actually right the whole time. Dark Pit never actually did anything evil. Instead, he was just mad because he thought Pit was trying to copy him. But then when he and Pit fought together and became better friends than foes, that made me even happier. And with Dark Pit's theme being my favorite song, that made my entire life so much more interesting than before. Then I started writing sequels following Kid Icarus Uprising that I plan to post sometime in the future. For the first one I did, What the heck? Hey! Will you turn that down? Hey y'all! Hey! Hey! Shut the heck up! I'm trying to talk to the people. Oh yeah, sorry about that. So anyway, in the first Kid Icarus sequel I wrote, Dark Pit is the protagonist. Here's a brief description of the plot. Hades gets revived and strikes revenge on Pit in Skyworld. Since the attack was unexpected, Palutena was not ready. Pit loses the battle and falls from the sky so Hades could revive his army and finish what he started previously. Palutena decided to seek help from Dark Pit, who lost his memory during the attack. He joins Palutena to fight against the Underworld's top commanders again, defeat Hades, rescue Pit, and restore his lost memory, in which he gains tiny aspects of it throughout his adventure. However, following Hades' defeat, a new enemy is discovered, but the rest of it will be discussed even more later. For now, I'm just gonna continue with what happened during the rest of my high school years. Eventually, I did get better at socializing in person throughout high school. Starting in 8th grade, I joined the Scholars Bowl team, but in high school, I wasn't as consistent because my band schedule interfered with Scholars Bowl too much during my freshman year, and I was unable to rejoin during my sophomore year because of COVID. I was able to return for both my junior and senior year after changing schools, which was when I got along more with my team. Normally, I would be too scared to talk about Dark Pit or anything about Kid Icarus at all, but during my senior year in high school, something phenomenal happened. On one of the game days, my team and I had to wait a lot after defeating the school I came from before moving, and I heard some of my teammates talking about Smash Bros. I joined the conversation, and people were asking me who I played the most. Like always, I nearly had a panic attack, but I made my way up there by saying Mario characters and Kid Icarus characters, and they knew what I was talking about. So when I said that Dark Pit was my best character, one of the guys said that he also played Dark Pit because he looks cool. I'm gonna be completely honest, he totally deserves a lot of respect for that, and that was out of nowhere. Ain't that something? Geez, the more I actually contribute, the more I can actually figure out what people think, even if it's bad, which best explains why I refused to express myself, because I was so scared of always getting negative feedback. But you know, that's just life. People can be nice and some people can be jerks. You just can't tell unless you actually try. Even if there's nothing I can do to stop the toxic community from being mean and hurtful to Dark Pit, their thoughts and beliefs should have nothing to do with me, and the good community is always there. No matter what happens, I still have a very special place in my heart for Dark Pit, and there is absolutely nothing haters can do to disrupt that. There's nothing they can do to affect what I do my own work on or what I post on this YouTube channel. Heck, they can't even stop me from doing more videos on Dark Pit or just simply putting him in thumbnails, because doing what I like to do makes me feel amazing. I made some sort of New Year's resolution to be more social about my own stuff in 2024, and it's going great so far, and it's so much fun. Every time I saw a golden opportunity to talk about Dark Pit with people I haven't already, there was nothing holding me back from taking it. The first opportunity I got was quite literally on the night of New Year's Eve. My family had invited some friends over to roast marshmallows and play Smash Bros. One of the guys is actually on the esports team at the high school I graduated from, so he's pretty dang good at the game. He and my siblings kept convincing me to play too, so I hopped in and started playing as Dark Pit. I even told him my story about why I was so anxious to do so, and he told me that I was the 4th person he knows who loves Dark Pit. The moment I heard that, I did not want to stop playing, and I also did not want to shut up about Kid Icarus either. The second opportunity I took was on the night I was watching my siblings perform with my high school band because I wanted to be supportive. My family went to Fusakli's on the way there, and while we were having some small talk, one of my brothers brought up this moment during the day when my former band director saw my family's profile pictures on this location services platform. My profile picture is a super sick fan drawing of Dark Pit, and my former band director thought it was my brother's. And since I was literally about to see him at the band performance, I refused to pass up this golden opportunity. When the performance ended, I bolted to the stage and my family came with me. I brought up the topic of profile pictures on our location services and told my former band director that the person with the Dark Pit picture was actually me. He's also a gamer and plays Smash Bros, which is why he easily recognized Dark Pit when he saw him. I just never told him I liked Kid Icarus in high school because that was when I was still anxious, so he never knew until I told him that night. I was so proud of myself for doing that because that was huge for me, and my parents were especially happy for me because I've never done that before. Of course, there was still a lot of negative feedback being thrown at me from people who don't really understand the way I'm wired, but I also learned to stand up for myself and address my feelings. Oh, and speaking of being more social about my own stuff, I have scheduled to do several videos this year on completely original stuff I created to go along with my own Nintendo parodies. So if you want to come and see that from me, please subscribe to the channel for more updates. Anyway, that's the end of that story, and it's essentially still going on since I'm still consistent with my resolution. So yeah, that's it for me today. Alright, bye.